I think this gap in working conditions for, one type of worker versus maybe a more line worker really became more evident during the pandemic. A lot of people were
Yes.
staying home, and yet they still expected the grocery worker to deliver the groceries and, the buses to keep running. That disparity, I think, tell me about that, about what the pandemic
Well,
revealed.
yeah, thank you, Tara. It's what I was. It's an extension more of what I was talking about. The irony is that uh, the shorter work week, the conversations about that uh, are strongest and most intense among workers who uh, are exempt from the Fair Labor Standards Act. Typically, people who are highly skilled and highly trained, whether you're talking about computer programmers or coders or people in the tech industry, people who are highly trained in medicine. These are the folks that have a great amount of leverage because they're the hardest to find, and they're also the ones that are greatly compensated. And you hear I'm hearing stories about hospital boards having to plan differently because the next generation of pediatricians or doctors aren't going to want to work as long an hour as long hours. But the essential workers that we knew during the pandemic, these folks have the least sort of say leverage in bargaining for their wages and their working conditions. Um, I my bill is intent upon um, equalizing this conversation so that all workers in America can begin to have realistic conversations, realistic bargaining about a shorter work week without sacrificing their pay. And a new factor that's coming into all of this is AI. Uh, AI, from all that I'm hearing, is going to reduce the amount of work that people need to do collectively. But how are we going to get the compensation out to a mass consumer society to make a consumer-driven society work? Those are the contradictions that we can work out. Contradictions that can be resolved, by the way, uh, with a shorter work week.